Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World. I had a couple of minutes. I'm about to go and hop in the car. I got to go to CNN to talk about the Donald Sterling situation. And I wanted to share a quick thought with you that maybe will help people contextualize what's going on a little bit. Of course, your opinion is valid as well, and I'd love to hear that. Please feel free to comment. But here's something that I don't know if everybody thought about, but here's the thing. Here's my conclusion on the Donald Sterling thing. The NBA recently came down, we know, with a lifetime ban on Sterling as well as a $2.5 million fine, which really doesn't mean anything. I mean, a guy with his wealth, he literally makes he makes that much money in about maybe 4 or 5 days just off the interest alone in his wealth. So the $2.5 million fine doesn't matter, but the lifetime ban probably does matter, and it's a pretty stiff, harsh penalty, no question about it. But here's the thing. Sterling isn't really being penalized for being a racist. He's actually being penalized for admitting that he's a racist. And what I mean by that is this. Anybody who knows anything about Donald Sterling's track record knows that this man is a bigot. He paid, I think, what was the largest fine in government history for housing discrimination, in which, in a lawsuit, he actually said, I don't rent to black people because they smell bad and they attract vermin. And basically, so this is a man who said that black people stink. He refused to rent to them because of that. There was a record of that sort of discrimination. He's been sued several times for racial discrimination. So the writing has always been on the wall. Donald Sterling has been telling you for decades that he's a bigot. He's been sued by several people for being a racist. Class action lawsuits, individual lawsuits, Elgin Baylor sued him, etc. So here's what we have to really ask ourselves is this. Why are we in such outrage over Donald Sterling just because he was the only bigot dumb enough to admit that he's actually a racist? If I do every single thing possible to tell you that I don't like you, except actually say I don't like you, and you still haven't figured out that I don't like you before I actually tell you, then you're an idiot. I mean, if I slam the door in your face, spit on your shoes, throw a baseball at your head and do all these things to insult you, to let you know I don't want you in my house, I don't like you, and you still are dumb enough to think that we're friends, and then suddenly I say, well, I really don't like you. And then you're like, oh, Lord, oh, my God, I can't believe you said that. That makes you look kind of stupid. So my point here is this. Donald Sterling was not punished for being a racist. He proved he was a racist long ago, even when the NAACP was still insisting upon giving this man awards, a Lifetime Achievement Award. They gave him another award in 2009, right after he paid that massive penalty for housing discrimination. When we're giving him awards and we're acknowledging him as some kind of hero to the African American community, even though he has time and time again shown nothing less than blatant disrespect for black people, that really says that we've got a lot of learning to do when it comes to really dealing with racism. Because let's be clear, racism does not come in your face like this. I mean, Donald Sterling handed himself to you on a silver platter. Most bigots are not stupid enough to do that. Most of these bigots out here, the Bill O'Reillys, the Rush Limbaughs, many of the NBA team owners, your boss in that corporate office where you can't get a promotion even though you've been on the job for 12 years and you have the most qualifications and the best resume and you've been working the hardest. All those people, many of them have similar beliefs. Many of them don't want you in their office. Many of them, Sterling doesn't want you at his games, but I don't care about going to a Clippers game, but I do want to get a job. But many of these corporations don't want you in their office. Many of these judges don't want you in their courtroom. That's why they're happy to send you to prison. Many of these teachers don't want your child in their classroom. But they're not going to be dumb enough to say it. So if you really want to identify racism, look at the evidence. Look at what people do, not what they say. Think about it like a relationship. If a woman is in a relationship with a man who mistreats her consistently through his actions, and then she needs for him to actually tell her that he doesn't love her, even though he's shown her in every way imaginable that he doesn't respect her, then that makes her look kind of silly. So what I would say is this. Look, the energy from the Donald Sterling situation is great. I'm glad all the celebrities spoke up. But look, we need to also speak up on housing discrimination. We need to speak up on educational discrimination, job discrimination. We need to speak up on the mass incarceration epidemic. And we need to scream just as loud as we did when this idiot Donald Sterling was dumb enough to admit that he doesn't like you. Guess what? A lot of these people don't like you. And if you don't fight for your freedom, then nobody's going to give it to you. That's all I got to say. I got to go. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World. Take care. God bless and have a wonderful day. I'm gone. Peace.